shifting of fault and bad motives. So that's my share for today. I hope that helps clarify why, what it looks like to deal with covert manipulation and abuse, gaslighting, blame shifting, lack of accountability, because at the end of the day, if he didn't want to get married to me, he just didn't have to show up. He could have told me he was having an affair. He could have done a number of different things that would have given him an out, a clear and easy out, where he could have pointed to me and say, oh, she left me. What I think was happening instead was he had been living this duplicitous life for a long time, and he just never thought he would ever get caught. And this wasn't something new. He had plenty of relationships while we were in a relationship, and not like these are relationships where he is dating consistently and seeing someone not openly, but behind my back. And my understanding is that many of them knew I existed. And so he'd been living this way for a long time. He just happened to get caught right after marriage, which was unfortunate for us both, because a lot of this didn't have to happen. And, I could have moved on with my life and relocated and, just started over and not spent so much time with him had this been brought to light much earlier. It's just really unfortunate that it took so long for the deception to come to light, and it took so long for him to get caught. He was just so good at what he did, and I think that is what ultimately caused the rapid onset of abuse, because it was like he was pissed. He was now married. There were going to be some legal and financial and reputational consequences. I now knew what he was doing, and he wasn't the nice guy anymore, which is what I always thought he was, and everyone in my life thought. And that's where a lot of the contempt and resentment and rage came from. It wasn't anything that I did. I'm sorry. You pocket dialed me, and you said those things, and you knew that you were having an affair. So in what world is this my fault? In what world am I doing something that shows any other intention except for love and care and consideration for your budget and for the time spent, and saying, you know what, I don't care about a diamond ring. That's not what defines us. Let's be smart. Let's grow together. I love you, and you don't have to prove it with a ring. And somehow that got misconstrued and mischaracterized as rushing and creating a situation where I was taking advantage of him. We'll get into that sometime in the future. He did ultimately wind up trying to call me he called me a gold digger a few times, and I was sitting there with no assets, nothing, just time spent and invested. But I was a gold digger with nefarious rationale, which I just don't think that. I don't even think he believes that. I just think he's trying to hurt me because he's coming after my character. He had come after my character. He's since apologized for calling me a gold digger, which was the worst thing he's ever called me, actually. He's never actually called me any curse words or slandered names to my face, at least. So, but the gold digger part really hurt, because it was just how could I be a gold digger? I don't even have an engagement ring. I eloped in a park. I don't understand how I could be a gold digger. Anyway, so that was just a little example of gaslighting and revisionist history in my relationship, and early on, and when I was kind of blindsided by everything that was happening and unable to think swiftly on my toes, and I just wasn't prepared to be accused of anything. And so yeah, that's my share for today. I thank you for letting me share, and I hope you have a good day. Take care.